zucchini is having its moment. They're growing like crazy in our gardens, and there's an abundance of them at local farmers markets. And my next guest is here to help us make the most of this humble summer squash. Welcome back to New Day culinary instructor Hind Yahya. Nice to see you.
Thank you for having me back.
Oh, I'm so excited. So what are we making today? Something with zucchini,
Yes,
obviously.
of course. So we are making a zucchini bread with a little bit chocolate chips inside of it.
Ooh,
yes, yeah.
Delicious, tasty, and a little sweet.
Exactly.
Okay, how do we get started today?
All right, so first off, and of course you're going to help me, right?
I am.
Yes.
I'm not going to leave you hanging.
Go ahead and add in the olive oil in there. You can also use melted butter as well, but sometimes I like to, make it a little extra
I feel like
nutritious.
this makes it a little more moist too. Do you
It does.
find that
It does.
with olive oil?
And I love that extra kind of fruity background flavor that it gives as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And sorry, you put agave, which
Agave.
is different than like your traditional sugar that you would put in there.
Yes, exactly. You could also use honey as well. But if you're, insist on using granulated sugar, you can do that too.
Okay.
But I like to go with the agave or honey route if possible. Next, we're gonna mash up a little bit of bananas, if you don't mind. Go ahead
not
and
at
give that a good
all.
mash.
What is like finding a ripe banana? Any
Right.
tricks of the trade here with this?
No, yeah, ripe bananas always gonna work best in a recipe like this. So give it a couple days after you buy a banana, or you can stick it in a paper bag. And that actually will help it ripen a little bit faster. So that's perfect.
Do you remember? Okay, it doesn't have to be
Yeah, no, we're good.
perfect consistency. There you go.
All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix that up.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So all by hand, don't have to use a mixer for this too,
No,
which
that's the
makes
great
it
thing.
easy that you're not using a million things in your
Absolutely.
kitchen.
I always like to make
That
it
you
as
have to
easy
clean.
for myself and others if I can,
And
but-
you were saying this is something that you love to make for your son, right?
Yes, yeah.
How old is he?
He'll be turning 3 very soon.
Aw.
Yeah, and so I made this for him, just a way to, get a good healthy snack that's not high in sugar and some other things. So we have, for example, yogurt going inside of there as well. So go ahead and mix that up.
Is that Greek yogurt specifically, or what do you
As
use?
long as you use whole fat plain yogurt, that's all we need
Okay.
to go for. We also have some oats and cinnamon we're going to be stirring in there.
Ooh, delicious.
Yep. And a little rising agents, we have baking soda and baking powder.
Okay. This is easy enough, and I'm smelling the
Right?
cinnamon. It smells
Oh,
so
the
good.
cinnamon. You'd be surprised how well cinnamon and zucchini go well together.
I know, and then this is the star of the show.
Star of the show, absolutely.
Finely chopped. How did you do this?
Yeah, so finely shredded, so you can also use a box grater. So if your knife skills aren't on point,
Nope,
then,
they sure aren't.
then you can grab a box grater and just go ahead and grate that up and add that in. So that looks excellent.
Do you like to tell your son, like, hey, there's zucchini in here. Look, you're getting your greens in, or what? What's the trick there with
You know
kiddos?
what the funny thing is, whatever works. So if your kiddo doesn't mind hearing that word and they can still eat it, great. If you have to omit the word zucchini for them to eat this, go for it too. No shame in that. No shame.
No shame. Exactly. Okay, what did you put just in there?
Just some flour, yeah, just
Okay.
some flour to help, get it all together. And then of course, another little sweetener, we have some chocolate chips. So you can take this out as well, but why would you?
Why? Why not? I always hear like zucchini bread, but never with like the chocolate chips in there. So I'm
Yes.
excited to try.
Yeah.
What do you do too? Because zucchini sometimes with the moisture can be so do you have any pro tips for that?
Yeah, so if you find that you grate your zucchini and it's just a little bit too moist, you can grab a cloth or a paper towel and squeeze out some of that moisture and then add it into your recipe. So it helps
So
prevent it from
smart.
getting to when there. I love that you're doing all the work for me, by the way.
Well, I'm like excited that I'm actually like, wait, okay, I could do this at home, and this could potentially be like a breakfast or like a yummy treat
yes.
or snack, right?
Absolutely, and then actually, so we're going to be putting it in this larger cake pan here.
Okay.
So that takes about closer to an hour to make, but if you were to change it into muffin tins, they make really perfect on-the-go snacks that way. So they cook much
Oh.
faster. You can bag it up, put it in a little container, take it with you, take it to a picnic, and also really easy for kids to eat too. It's a little bit less
Amazing.
messy, yeah.
Is this something you could freeze too, or would you want to cook this kind of
Yes.
right away or bake it?
You can, I would recommend baking it right away, but after it's baked, you can freeze it very easily.
Ooh.
Yeah, then whenever you want it, you just pull it out, put it in the refrigerator to thaw for a few hours, and it's ready to eat.
Amazing.
Easy, super,
I'm going to
super easy.
taste one of these final products because they look just so delicious. But
Yes.
speaking of zucchini, there's a fun tradition at some farmers markets. Tell me about what's happening there.
All right, so we got the zucchini races.
Ooh.
Yes, and exactly what it sounds like. We're racing zucchini. So the kids and families get to go to the markets. They dress up zucchinis with wheels and other little embellishments, and then they race them down a ramp. and onlookers get to cheer them on, and it's just a fun way for the kids and the families to get engaged with, again, with the farmers, the vendors, get more open-minded about zucchini. You know, if it's this fun to play with, maybe it's fun to eat too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really great way to get the community involved, families involved, and then it's just so fun. Once you see a zucchini race, you're like, I never thought I would see that in my life.
I was going to say, I never thought I'd be talking about zucchini races on the show, but every day is different. Yeah. This is so good. Like, the chocolate is not overpowering at all. It has like a hint of sweetness. I really can't, like, it's not, I couldn't probably even tell you, like, unless I knew that I was eating a bunch of zucchini. It's so good. What else do you like to make with zucchini?
So if I have a lot of zucchini, which a lot of us tend to have during the summer, they grow very plentifully, I like to actually use it as a pasta sauce. So I'll lightly blanch it, blend it with some other leafy herbs like basil, something like that. Oh. And then it's a really great vibrant green pasta sauce. My other favorite to do is to thinly slice it, marinate it in some lemon juice olive oil, and it makes a great garnish for salads.
Were these from your garden today, or farmers markets, or?
Yes, so these are from the farmers markets as well, these nice, beautiful zucchini here. And you find them in all shapes and sizes. They come itty bitty, they come very large, yellow, green, striped. They're just such a wonderful, versatile product, and they're beautiful to look at too, in my opinion, for sure.
Definitely. And when I go sometimes to the supermarket, I'm always wondering, like, what makes a good like, what am I looking for? Because they come in all shapes and sizes.
That's right.
So do you have any tips when I'm grabbing a zucchini?
It's kind of an all-purpose tip for a lot of things. Is just look out for major bruises, things like that. But as far as color goes, don't worry too much about that because the color ranges. As long as when you grip it and you don't feel any mushy spots, that's really what you're looking for. That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're good to go.
And what is the biggest zucchini that you've ever cooked with?
Oh, I wish I had an impressive story, but really these are probably the biggest ones I've been working with.
I mean, that looks massive to me.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely on the larger side for sure. But I've seen some very large zucchini. And I think some people have too, maybe at the fair, or maybe for your own garden, if you're growing your own zucchini.
Cisco Morris, yeah.
Yes. Oh, they're huge. They can grow really, really as the size of a child. But otherwise, these are about as big that I tend to work with here.
They're looking big to me, and we have the recipe that we had up there with the QR code for anyone, and we'll have that online. Thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, and then don't forget the last 2 zucchini races. We have one today and then one coming up on Sunday, so don't miss out on that.
Yes, and like you just said, do not miss those zucchini races, the last ones of the season. One is happening this afternoon at the Columbia City Farmers Market, and then there's one Sunday, August 31st at the West Seattle Farmers Market.